Michael Proctor has been fired from the state police. Among other things, it certainly looks like he identified Karen Read as a prime suspect before really following the details of where that investigation would lead him. And why should the public believe that that is not happening in other cases?
As an outsider coming in, looking at this department as a whole, we have to take into account that there is an incredible body of work being done every day by the Massachusetts State Police. And by and large, those investigations are being executed to the highest standards.
How much damage do you think Michael Proctor did to this agency?
His actions compromised a large portion of public trust. Not so much trust as our department or operations, but trust on a bit of a personal level. My top priority is to address public trust, to understand where we can bridge that gap.
Should that case have gone to a retrial based on the evidence that was gathered?
Well, the decision to trial certainly defer and refer that to the DA's office on the prosecution and the appropriateness of the charges and or to retry a case. Our commitment as investigators is to approach every investigation as professionals with an open mind and ensure that we're doing everything we can as investigators to harvest the truth and then report it fairly and accurately. You know, coming in as an outsider, I focus my time on being forward thinking. Where are we today? How can we do better?
Have you gotten any resistance?
Anytime we talk cultural change or organizational change, I'm sure there will be people that have different levels of comfort. But I have not met with any specific resistance from anyone.
For Colonel Noble, life back in Massachusetts has a familiar rhythm. He's a born and bred New Englander, originally from Lincoln, Rhode Island. His first police job, a summer cop on Nantucket. This summer, he launched a new strategic plan for the agency he's calling an excellence initiative, putting more supervisors on patrol and restructuring the command ranks. We
are going to have an opportunity to really take a look at this department and really ensure that we are consistently delivering the best police services.
That includes at the State Police Academy, where last year, trooper recruit Enrique Delgado Garcia died in a boxing exercise. The colonel says, just like the public, he doesn't yet have all the details, as an independent investigation is still ongoing. But that doesn't mean he's waited to make changes.
We have a lot of eyes down there. We've opened the doors up to outside folks that are watching and being part of that, and we have a very safe training environment right now.
We talked about a lot of other topics, including overtime and the state police's ongoing role in Boston's Seaport neighborhood. You can watch an extended clip of this interview on our website, WCVB.com. In the newsroom, I'm Ben Simoneau, WCVB News Center 5.